I don't eat fish outside of Bermuda. I'm gonna be real with you. McDonald's fish, I don't do none of that.
You put up McDonald's out of all the places you.
I'm just saying.
All right,
that's the only place I know that sells fish.
That's the only place, bro. You okay? All right, let's focus.
Long John Silver's.
Long John.
Like,
what are you saying?
Where are these fish places, bro?
Bro, nobody goes to Long John Silver's.
So where would you go for a fish?
Bro, when's the last time you been to Long John Silver's for fish, bro? Bro, like, what are you talking about,
so
bro?
This is my point.
Fam, it's your boy Coach Crump at the Boy Man King podcast with my boy Chizzy.
You already know, Boy Man King in the building. What's going on, man? How you feeling? Flagler College in the building.
Light flex, you know what I'm saying? Got my Burmese sweats, got my Flagler hoodie, man. Got a little special tribute episode today.
Let's get into it, man.
And what's the shirt you're representing?
So this is True Strength. My boy back home, man, again, in Bermuda, because this is a Bermuda episode. We can get into it. My boy, Tariq. True Strength, this is his brand, man. He hits me with the merch from Beast Gym, so I just want to shout him out.
Yeah, man.
No shameless plug, but yeah, so let's get it, man.
And I got Flagler College, not really flex Flagler College, but that's where me and my Bermudian wife met. Yeah, was in Flagler College, so it's like a little backstory that could kind of play on, you know. So, man, we want to tribute this to, you know, our people in Burmy, man.
Who Burmy episode? You know, I'm happy about this.
Listen, man, Bermuda.
We got a lot of Florida references. We got a lot
of
light skin references.
And you be getting all sensitive, bro. You're a sensitive dude, bro.
That's cool. I embrace my sensitivity. That's what we hear about, man. Vulnerability. Like, if you can't be vulnerable as a man, what are we really doing? But yeah, we're gonna get into, man, Burmy episode, man.
Yeah.
How we met. Let's we talk a little bit about it.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get into it.
Yeah. So first let me give Bermuda, me get into Bermuda, and then me meeting Chizzy. Okay. So one, I'm at Flagler College. I'm doing my thing. I see this beautiful, breathtaking woman. Bermudian woman.
Okay.
Had to approach. Had to do my assessment of is she stoddy or hottie? Is she like low key wholesome? And I was like, nah, man. She's focused on school, man.
Sure.
Guys tried, but you know. I was like, bet. So she got character, you know what I mean? So I was like, boom, made my move, man. And she blessed me with a flight to Bermuda that next summer.
Change your life.
Bro, 19 years old. And let me tell you how country I was, right? I've never seen black people jog with workout outfits on the side of the street.
Serious?
I was like, yo, where they going? They're like, they're going to work. Like, no, they just exercise. I said,
and when you said that just now, I'm like, that's strange to you?
20 plus years ago, where I'm from, in country Florida, you don't see black people with Nike hats on and workout gear running up and down the street while you're going to work. Like that's not a thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So little things like that. Everybody's saying hi. Everybody's like double checking to make sure.
Because we talk about Southern hospitality, but you ain't been in Bermuda. Bermuda's a level.
It's a whole different experience. Yeah. And just the nature and the beauty and the beach. Like it was a cultural shock of goodness. Yeah. Of goodness though. Let me be clear. And so that was that summer. I was like, I'm coming back twice as long next summer. Because they had this thing about visitors, you can only be for 3 weeks. Yeah. So after 3 weeks, you need special permission from immigration. Yeah. So we got that sent in. Was like, I'm staying for 6 weeks the next summer. Played in the league. That's when I played a bunch of players. You was one of them, but we didn't meet. Right. So it was 12 teams, 100 players. I don't know all these guys. I'm just trying to get my reps in for college. So graduate. Decided to move to Bermuda. My wife was like, all right, tap into the basketball community one time. And I literally met you like on like the first week I was there. And I was 23, 22. And we was working out. We was playing each other at Work Academy. Yeah. And then you was on the energy like, who is this guy?
And I was going to say, because my take on it was like, yo, we're in Burmy. Yeah, my house. Who is this American, yellow skin. You had braids at the time too.
Yep, had braids.
Got braids. Trying to hoop in my backyard. Like, what is this about, bro? Come to find out,
Yeah.
that was what, 20 years, something later?
Yeah, so that was 18. That was officially 18 years ago.
Yeah. And we've been rocking ever since.
Bruh,
so many
like,
different ways,
So,
man.
let me tell you how I get to Bermuda in November. I have my 23rd birthday, March 26th, right? I only have 3 people there. Well, my wife doesn't count, but 4 people include my wife. But it was you, John, Lee, and Jackson. Like that was and Damon. And bro, that still has low key been. It's been 18 years ago. That's still kind of been how I've been down with the Ghouls, who's been rocking with me, man. And we connected through ball, and then the vibes was good. We like working out. We like giving back. You know, we love the people. We love the culture. So it just worked. And Bermuda, I owe Bermuda so much. With my family, we trying to make this tradition.
Right.
Where we go back every summer. So we went back this summer since post-COVID. And so what hit me distinctly, Kai, is that when I landed, the plane was just about to hit the ground. You know, you traveling, you seeing the ocean, you about to hit. And I was like, I'm back home.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, what was that? I live in Atlanta. I'm from Florida.
Right. You get
But because I spent so much, like, you got to remember, I visited at 19. I moved at 22. Right. My adulthood, wife, marriage, kids was all in Bermuda. My wife Bermuda, my kids Bermuda, my raising them through elementary school, like working in the community, being active in the local church. All of that was in Bermuda.
Sure.
So when I'm 2 months ago, bro, I'm like, no, last month, dang. I'm like, yo, I'm back home. Like I knew exactly where I was gonna go. I knew exactly where everybody was. I knew exactly what everybody was doing. And I was just like, that's kind of crazy, bro, that I would have that type of feeling. So I see Bermuda as my second home. Like I feel so comfortable, so loved, so appreciated. It was a little painful for this one experience. Great time. Went to the local church. Shout out to Vernon Temple. Went to the cop match. We go explain cop match.
Yeah. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get there.
But what hurt a little bit, I spoke a couple times, and then they did a graduation, but they gave all the attendees that was male a copy of my book, and they wanted me to come there for all the scholarship recipients of the country of Bermuda, for ABIC. They wanted me to sign their book. And so I was a special guest for a luncheon at Harborfront. That was nice. And I go speak and they have a great time. They was like, man, you and your family is so missed on this island. Yeah. It's like, me and my wife was told that like 4 or 5 times. Like it's like literally a spirit left when you guys left. Like you guys are severely missed in the local community, severely missed in education. It's just a miss without you guys. Like we can feel it that you guys are not here. Yeah. And like first it's like, the first person, like interesting, that the second person. But once the third or fourth person, like, and one person teared up a little bit that we was going. And I was like, you know what, I've been going for 4 years, but it's like, I guess the people have really felt. And so Bermuda means a lot to me, and it's special that for a lot of people in Bermuda, I meant, and the Crumpler name and the Crumpler family meant a lot to people in Bermuda.
So let's contextualize it for our viewers, because when you say that, people are like, oh, what you mean they miss you? Like, you're talking about a place, right? Yeah. But because Bermuda, 22 square miles, 65,000 people, you know, the impact that we had on the island, like, you can, because of our involvement in the community at so many levels, I can understand why people feel that particular way. And we'll get into our involvement as we progress through this episode. But a lot of people won't understand that because they probably don't know how closely attached the island is to everything. So everybody that functions and works in that space, like you can go to all of the community events, you can go to all of the community meetings, and you'll find the same people. Yeah. It's the same people. So when an outsider hears, well, why do they miss him so much? It's because it's just 1 degree of separation, maybe.
No. Bermuda is. So in social constructs, people say you are 6 degrees of separation from knowing everybody in the world. Yeah. In Bermuda, you're 1. Like, I may not know you, but we would both talk to this person, and they know us through that. Like that. That's how Bermuda is. Like, you're literally, if I don't know you, I know somebody that does know you. Sure. Like that's
and that works to you sometimes to your detriment as well. You know what I mean? Obviously, we haven't had those experiences, but of course, me being born and bred in Bermuda, born there, grew up my entire life, went to school in New Jersey, came back, always been rooted in Bermuda. How I met you, the work that we did in the community, our reputation allows us to function in certain environments, but it also can sometimes. So for me, in particular, when you get a little bit into it, it got to a point where sometimes you start to see yourself through how other people see you and how you function in that country. So in a lot of ways, if you want to escape, if you just don't want to, if you want to be a nobody, so to speak, so the Chris Crumpler that people know you in the community.
Yeah, privacy had got lost.
It gets lost. It gets lost. So you go out sometimes and people want to continuously talk to you about community events, how they want you to be involved in things. And it can be a little bit much. If on a day where you just want to be normal, you just want to be with your family, you want to be a nobody.
To be honest, I did feel that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was part of my departure, was like, I would go to the States as a getaway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just to be a regular guy, normal guy like everybody else. A lot of Bermudians that I know felt that too. Like, it's like, you kind of always had to be about face.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Once it got to a certain point. But it kind of comes with the territory.
It does.
You know what I mean? You making an impact in the community. But for me, I'm a country boy at heart who loves my privacy. You know what I mean? So I even struggle with this podcast in some spaces of just, you know, somebody was saying to me last night, I took my son to training, they was like, man, I didn't know you was a speaker like that.
Right.
Like, damn, bro, like you like a speaker.
Real speaker, yeah.
And I was like, I've been speaking for 17 years. Right. I've just posted on Instagram this year for the first time. And it's like, the reality of when you put yourself on the internet, it just comes with an expectation, right? And so I still wrestle with that because at the core of me, I'm a country laid back dude who want to watch the game. So it's like all this other stuff is like, if people pulling that out of you, you know, making you, you know, show up in a certain way for their benefit, you know what I mean? And rightfully so, because the truth is I have put myself out there. I have shared this content. I've had given those speeches. I've had made those impact in those communities. So kind of you can't complain about it.
Yeah, yeah. You embrace it. But at this, you know, you do embrace it. And I also believe for us, we stand in that gap of being that voice. And so given the opportunity to be a voice for the voiceless, I know it's a cliche people say, but given the opportunity to really just provide a resource for man and the platforms that we're using and the stuff that we've done, I think we have a responsibility to do so.
Yeah, and the Bermudians have shared. Thank you. Thank you to all our Bermudian followers, man, who hit me up on WhatsApp. Man, I just subscribed. You know what I mean? It's a message. And I talked to a couple guys about their marriage.
Yeah.
One was dealing with a separation. They were staying in 2 different houses in Bermuda. Like, so the challenge of Bermuda socially is that your business is kind of in the streets and you can't kind of share your business. It's really weird.
Yeah, it is.
Because people are so close and so tight. You could be dealing with something, but you can't really share it in it's not a lot of safe spaces to share that. And that really what made me effective is that the one thing that people felt comfortable coming to me is that I wasn't Bermudian. Right. That I didn't have this long history of interrelationships with different people from different sides of different factors. That I was just with Nicole and I had and we had our 2 kids. So it's like, well, the Crumps are cool because the Crumps are not showing them St. David's boys or the guys of Somerset.
No infringement in
or the guys Cedar Hill or the guys in town or the back of town. Like everybody felt comfortable because the dynamics of Bermuda socially, it's like, well, I am struggling with something, but I don't want my business in the street. I do know who did something very foul or illegal, but it'd be known if I said something, it'll get back because people know who know. Yeah. So it was just this constant thing where my being an expat, my being a spouse of Bermudian was actually a very big point of me being able to make impact with people because I wasn't a threat to the social dynamics, which makes it kind of challenging for you in your personal life.
Yeah. I mean, it's again, as we talk about it, 1 degree of separation. So if you, like you said, if you have any struggles in a relationship, whether personally or professionally, it can follow you. In a small place. There's a blacklisting that can take place in a lot of areas. In your professional life. I fortunately, I've always managed to keep good relationships back home. You know this more
Yeah.
than anybody.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time in Canada. My kids live in Canada. We moved them 10 years ago, actually, to Canada for an opportunity. At the time, I was working, I think I was still working with Team Street Safe.
Yeah.
And
You was
doing
going
work
back
there.
and forth. Yeah.
So we had close relationships with street level guys.
Yeah.
And so we was at the helm of knowing what the community was involved in and what they were involved in, from the gun violence and the antisocial behavior. So for me, that gave me a lens to be like, all right, it's time for me to remove my kids from this space, because I knew what a teenage boy was potentially facing coming down the pipe. And I said, I want to give my children an opportunity, an objective opportunity to chart a course for their lives outside of Bermuda.
And just in case you're wondering, Bermuda's an amazing place.
Yeah. It sounds weird, but the context we're given is based solely off of the work that we've done.
Yeah, so
in the area.
so I think that's important to note. So me and Chizzy both had a career in dealing with that small percentage of people that nobody wanted to deal with.
We're talking about 200 people. So if we break down the number,
like of the 65,000 people, the 200 in gangs, the 200 in education, where nobody wanted to do anything with them. So we're talking about that 1% that or less, or 2% or less of the population that just like, hey man, somebody go deal with them. Right. That was our world. So in school suspension, gang intervention, putting people who just was incarcerated to get them reintegrated into society, reentry program that you created. The boys' home.
Man, the list goes on and on.
And we use sports to help integrate people. That was our work for that was the work the entire time I was in Bermuda. Yeah. For 14 years, that was the work I did. You know what I mean? So disenfranchised, polarized, marginalized, in particular, Black and brown boys. That was my work for 14 years there.
And of course, we don't want to paint the picture that Bermuda is challenged in those ways where it requires so much work. In every community, there's always a portion of the community that requires additional support from the people that are passionate about doing it. We just happen to be blessed, and we call it a blessing because, as you know, I'm pretty sure you heard this before. We could have functioned at high levels in the corporate world and
just wasn't
everything,
me.
but it just wasn't me.
Bro, did you ever work in a cubicle, bro? Bro,
I worked in a cubicle.
Bro, I worked
for
at Northwestern Mutual in Jacksonville for an internship, bro.
Nah,
I started in that cubicle, had my tie on. I was so happy, man. I had pressed the tie, like make it flat on the shirt. Bro, when I started in that cubicle, and that guy kept asking me about my numbers every hour.
Yeah, watching the clock every 5 minutes.
And I said, yo, and then it took me like 3 days to say, bro, I cannot function in a place where I'm stuck in a cubicle and somebody's asking me about some numbers. Like I cannot, you're not getting nothing out of me, really.
No.
So people, kids, like that need help. It was just a natural thing, man. It wasn't even like work. Like I thoroughly enjoyed that work. It's just that when you put your head down, you look up there like, Chris, you did this and we did that and this did that and this organization did that. And I just was trying to help people.
Right. We were just keeping our feet on the
ground. Wasn't no
scorekeeping.
It wasn't okay, how many did you get? How many did you get? Who gonna get the most? It's not like sales. It's just community work. Right. And it just over time, people kind of give you feedback on the impact that the work did. But man, Bermuda, the people, man, I'm just forever grateful because my cousin used to say something all the time. He was like, man, you met Dr. J? Man, you met Bill Russell? Yeah. Man, you met Kevin Garnett? You had a whole lunch meeting with him? Man, you met this artist? Man, you met Fred Hammond? Man, you met Donald McClurkin? Man, he was like, listen to me, bro. If you were still in Florida, you would have not met these people. The only reason why you met these people is because you're in Bermuda. So you should always hear like, bro, where your career moved, the impact you made, the people you met. He was like, that's all because of Bermuda. And I have to give thanks to of all the islands I could have been and what I could, you have all these ideas of, man, I'm on this island. What could be here? What could be there? The reality is I came in as a college kid with a hope and a dream who was in love with a Bermudian girl. And I left as a coach, an executive, an entrepreneur, a leader, a mentor, a community activist, a preacher, a minister, an organizer.
Bermuda's putting people on the map.
Like, I came to Atlanta 4 years ago with all of that in me from Bermuda.
Sure.
So Atlanta was just like putting my feet on the ground, and here we are 4 years later.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like I had to shadow somebody when I got here.
Right.
All the shadowing happened in the 14 years in Bermuda.
Yeah.
And all the people in Bermuda, man, I appreciate all that you guys poured into me, man. And I'm still committed to helping Bermudians, man. So
as we know, the journey continues, right?
Yeah.
So, you're in Atlanta. I've now transitioned.
Yeah, shout out to Drake.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I've now moved back to Canada, exploring an educational journey for myself. Again, similar to you, all of these things culminate with a different phase of our lives. Still involved in the community, still wanting to better ourselves, still helping to develop, men and young men. So I have a question though for you. Going back to Bermuda, what's the one thing in Bermuda that you remember that you only would know or experience?
The beach.
Yeah,
the beach, bro. The beach and the people.
Yeah.
Burmese people are just different.
It's different.
I mean, on multiple occasions, we was in the parking lot, Front Street, at the hotel. People ran and just hugged you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be honest. When I go back to Florida, if I went back to Florida this weekend, people ain't running,
trying to come
running and hug you.
Okay.
But I'm like, what, mate?
Yeah,
like, it's just, the energy is just different.
Right.
And the beaches are just amazing. Like, we went 2 back-to-back nights to Horseshoe Bay, swam in the stars, like the sand, the beach, like that cove all up Warwick Long Bay, like it's just some majestic beaches. Like Bermuda is, I seriously, they said it in South Africa, but it's the same true for Bermuda. They have that beautiful blind. Like when you just been around this for so long, you live in it for so long, you don't even understand how beautiful it is.
Like we live where people vacation. People say that all the time. And sometimes you have to play tourist. Like for myself, playing a tourist.
And we went 2 straight weeks. We still haven't even done all the stuff the tourists try to do. So I know it's a lot in Bermuda. It's just that for Bermudians, it's like,
this is what we do every day.
Listen, we even enjoyed KFC and Buzz when we was down there, bro. Like, it was like, man, KFC good in Bermuda, man. But, man, it has a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
Like I most likely, like me and my wife, we want to get investment property back there because it's just, I love Bermuda, man.
It'll always be home for me, obviously.
Yeah.
I think where I am in my life currently, Bermuda is limited in what can offer me. My kids live abroad. My parents have now moved out of the island. They live in Scotland with my sister. Shout out to my sister and my parents who live in Scotland. So Bermuda is 47 years of my life. So I'm now in a space where I want to be closer to my family. I want to continue to just build on what we're trying to do. Love Bermuda. Love the people. Miss my friends. Definitely going to miss the beach.
Yeah.
But I do think for me, it's necessary to have moved out, to leave, and to cultivate a different space.
Now that I had strong convictions about. Like I didn't leave Bermuda like, man, should I leave? Like I knew I had to leave.
Right,
I knew I had kind of tapped out. Because I was on there with a 5-year goal. So I was there for 14 years. Right. But it was just because Bermuda kept giving me opportunities I just couldn't pass up.
Sure.
But same for my children's development, for my development, my family's development, I felt like we needed to move. Yeah. How is Bermuda for your children?
My kids, for all intents and purposes, are Canadian. So my daughter, she said to me every day yesterday, I just want to go to the beach. I don't want to live in Bermuda. I just want to go to the beach in Bermuda. That's all she wants to do is go to the beach. My son is older. He can appreciate Bermuda a little bit more. She's 15. We left when she was 4. So for all she knows, she's Canadian. She's a Canuck. Lives in Canada. Speaks like a Canadian. Sometimes I gotta, give her a little tinge of the Burmese accent so she remembers where it is. But the kids, they love to visit. They don't want to be there any longer than a couple weeks. Tops. But I get it. They enjoy it, but they definitely are now outside of Bermuda. And
My daughter is Bermudian. My son is American.
Yeah.
He's like, man, when I'm going back, I'm just trying to so I'm working really hard to put more culture in him because, I didn't meet to Bermuda till I was 19, and the place was special to me. So, but my kids are not definitely as attached to the place as I am, and my wife.
the one thing my kids do say is, I wanna have a home in Bermuda. They do say that. They grew up in St. George's. I grew up in Warwick, Southampton area. They're like, yeah, we're gonna get a home.
You grew up in Warwick?
Yeah, man, from Cobble Pass, Warwick, bro. So I
always met you on the eastern side of the island, always, bro. For those 18 years, bro. I've never. Oh, you had that spot in Khyber Pass, but you moved there after the fact. So that's like a homestead spot?
So the homestead, I was born in Khyber Pass, Warwick. So close to where you kind of hung out on South Shore, up ranges there.
Yeah.
My grandfather built a home there for his 4 sons. My dad is the youngest boy. When I was 13, I want to say, we bought a house in Rockaway, which is Southampton, which is in the western part of the island.
Yep.
From 13 to about 17, I lived there, Rockaway, amazing condominium complex. Honed my basketball skills there. Met Michael Jordan up at the Port Royal Golf Course and challenged him, but that's another story for another day.
Okay, hold on. But let's
take it easy.
Listen. Let's not pause. Look, for our viewers out there, when he says he challenged Michael Jordan when he met Michael Jordan, what he's saying is
no. I can say it for myself.
Let me just finish my statement.
Go ahead.
What he said, he was driving about on a scooter. He waved and he challenged Michael Jordan.
No.
That's what he said.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Bro,
that is not what I'm saying.
If you say anything else, you better go behind that seat and grab a cap and put it on your head, bro.
So Michael Jordan was playing golf at Port Royal Golf Course. As we know, he loves to play golf.
Yeah.
He was playing golf. I was probably 15, 16.
And first, this is because it's the first time I'm ever hearing this story.
You never heard the story, for real?
Never heard this story, for real.
Really?
Really?
Okay.
Really?
So you're going to hear it today.
Okay.
Along with our viewers. All right. So Michael Jordan's playing golf at Port Royal. Big deal. Everybody, this is the height of the Bulls. He's doing this thing, comes down to play ball in the summer season. Season.
He comes by in the golf. Like you said.
I'm sorry, to play golf. Yeah. My apologies. To play golf. He's playing golf. I'm like, yeah, well, following Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is, I can't remember what tee he was on. He's putting. And I'm like, yo, let's go hoop. It's a basketball court down the hill. Let's go play ball. He giggles and laughs and says, and doesn't say anything else. Obviously, he's not going to risk playing basketball against a guy like me.
So you approached Michael Jordan.
I approached Michael Jordan.
In his prime.
In his prime. I was like, yo, let's run. I'm going to take you. We can go down the hill right now at Rockaway Court.
Where's the hat?
And play ball.
Where's the hat?
I swear to God.
Listen.
And I don't like to swear to God. I'm telling you the honest to God truth. And he laughed about it.
Bro.
Facts.
Who was there?
You sound like a hater right now. You're hating right now?
Picture, video, witness. I need something, bro. 18 years, I never heard this story, bro.
Serious?
I'm dead serious.
Okay. I'm Damon will tell you the story. He'll know. He'll know.
Oh yeah, he would tell me the truth.
His guy definitely tell you the truth.
All right.
Facts. So yeah, I that was my moment with Michael Jordan. Obviously, he was like, yeah, I ain't risking my career for some Birmingham guy to play ball.
Yeah, he literally processed all that when you made that statement.
Definitely. And he said, yeah, I'm not playing ball against
Yo, I can't, man. Bro, I can't. Bro, this is taking me out, bro. This is taking me out. Okay, let's pivot. Let's pivot.
Hold on. For argument's sake, the Michael Jordan story is a fact. It's definitely a fact. So I don't want you leaving this podcast thinking
to be determined. Dave, I'm gonna hit you up, bro, to confirm this. But the one cool thing I can say about Bermuda, you meet some dope people.
Yeah.
You know, I was able to meet. We played in a pro game where Dr. J and Bill Russell was our guest, and it was in our suite. And then me and Dr. J had to do a promo at your boy Purvy's International Sports Shop. Got a little press fit with me and him and Lee Green and John Lee with the little photo op and just hanging with those guys. It was this partnership with the NBA Legends or something like that. There was
I think Belco sponsored that as well. It was at Belco. I think I met him at Belco, shook his hand. This guy's hand is huge. I'm like, like Dr. J. And then he actually explained the under the basket shot that he did. That was pretty dope too.
Yeah, and then Kevin Garnett used to like to go to St. George's on a private boy, but he like fell in love with Bermuda, so he was like, "Yo, I want to talk to the premier." And premier was like calling me like, "Chris, man, this is basketball guy here, but I don't know nothing about basketball because he's into football, he's into soccer, cricket." So he's like, "Hey, you the basketball guy of the island. Can you come here and just get this guy a good time?" So I go to the cabinet office, to the premier. Kevin Garnett's in there, and we just chop it up for an hour.
So hold on. So my Michael Jordan story is less believable
because
than Kevin Garnett story?
Because I got pictures.
I guess.
I guess. It's on Facebook. Yo,
I guess.
You approach Michael Jordan while he was on a putt in his prime and say, "Yo, MJ, we can get the business right now." He goes, "Ha ha ha ha, bro, stop,
Crump.
All right. I digress. I'm back up.
Okay.
So what's the one?
You sound like a hater right now. That's all I hate.
We gonna move on.
All right, we're gonna move it.
What is the one thing about Bermuda that you find like you can't find anywhere else in the entire world that you love the most about Bermuda?
A fish sandwich with cheese, tartar, and hot sauce on raisin bread.
From which place?
I'm gonna see how good you are from. We can't say the place because that's.
But he's passed away. But say the place that you used to say the place when the place was the place.
Aunt Mel's.
Aunt
Mel's.
Mel's. Right. Aunt Mel's. Listen to me.
Aunt Mel's.
Aunt Mel's.
Art Mel's, man, not Aunt Mel's. Art. ARTMEL's. Aunt Mel's. How you gonna tell me I'm Bermudian, bro?
It's like art.
It's Aunt Mel's. I'm helping you with your diction and your pronunciation, bro.
Diction. It's an accent. Your
cousin. It's Aunt Mel's. How you gonna tell me?
Okay. It's Art Mel's, but you don't say it like that when you're on. You say Aunt Mel's.
Aunt Mel's. Cool. Cool.
Anyway, the original founder, he passed away.
Yeah.
So, is it even open now?
Yeah.
But it's not the same.
His family.
It is not the same.
His son's running it.
His son was running it, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
I think we agree.
Yeah.
How many times have you been after old man passed?
I ain't been in a minute.
Bro, you would go get a fish sandwich. This is like, you would get the fish sandwich of your life. It would be a fish sandwich for you as a grown adult for 2 meals for the day.
And this is a raisin bread, cheese, tartar hot sauce.
And here's the thing. I get what he's saying. Americans, I've never had a sandwich with raisin bread in my life.
Really?
Never in my life. So I'm going there. Everybody's like, yo, why you gotta get it with fish, raisin bread, what tartar sauce and tomato. Why you gotta put some hot sauce on that thing there? So I'm like, no, I don't eat. First of all, we don't eat a lot of fried fish sandwiches at restaurants in America in general.
Let's give it some context, right? Let's give it some context. So in Bermuda, salt water, middle of the Atlantic Ocean, fish, wahoo, rockfish
coming out that ocean. Oh my goodness.
You can't.
And that was one of the issues. They don't have that rockfish coming straight out of the ocean. But anyway.
Right. Just so that our viewers know what's this hype about fish.
Yeah,
I don't eat fish outside of Bermuda. I'm going to be real with you. McDonald's fish, I don't do none of that.
You pull up McDonald's out of all the places you...
I'm just saying.
All right.
That's the only place I know that sells fish.
That's the only place... Bro, you okay. All right, let's focus.
Long John Silver's?
Long John... Like, what are you saying?
Where are these fish places, bro?
Bro, nobody goes to Long John Silver's.
So where would you go for a fish?
Bro, when's the last time you been to Long John Silver's for fish, bro? Bro, like, what are you talking about, bro?
So this is my point.
All right, let me focus.
I'm a fish snob from Bermuda. Go ahead.
Let me bring it back here. The point being, Kyle, is that these fish sandwiches are so massive, and they cut them in half to try to accommodate you.
Right.
Bro, I'm not exaggerating, bro.
It's a $20 sandwich.
But back then, it was $10.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So you was like, man. So you're like, dang, $10 for a set. Again, American. You're like, I ain't paying no $10. Until you get it, you're like, a whole ministry, for the whole day. That one sandwich, and I'm so blessed that when CJ was born, my mom and dad visited Bermuda, and I was able to get them an Aunt Mel sandwich.
Right.
But man, shout out to Aunt Mel.
You asked me earlier, what's the thing that my children like about Bermuda?
Yeah.
My daughter, Daddy, when you come back to Canada, please bring me a fish sandwich. And every time I come back from Bermuda to Canada, she wants a fish sandwich. Raisin bread, cheese, tartar, hot sauce. And if you're ambitious, you got coleslaw in the middle of it.
Yeah. So if they do it right, you can put that fresh coleslaw on top of the fish sandwich. Bruh. Look at that. Just having a moment. Until you have it, bro. It's an island thing. Until you have it. This is what I'm telling you. And bruh, I went to Cop Match. Shout out to Cop Match.
Cop Match. All right.
Somerset!
Luckily, we're on the same page. Somerset. I'm a Somerset. So you wanna talk about Cop Match, or we may do it?
Yeah, you talk about it. Yeah, you're more.
All right. So Cop Match, a celebration. Historically, Cop Match celebrates emancipation. Right? So it's a 2-day holiday.
The only
2-day holiday in Bermuda.
In the world.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Cool.
You didn't know it's the only 2-day holiday in the whole world.
Okay. Only 2-day holiday in the world where the whole island shuts down and we play cricket. We talked a little bit about cricket in a previous episode.
Yeah.
Cricket is a sport where you have a bat, you bowl, and it's 2 sticks, and you're trying to build a team on. It's similar to baseball, somewhat.
Yeah.
But it's cricket. If you know, you know. If you don't know, look up cricket online. Very interesting sport. It's called a gentleman's game, right? So you play 2 days, Thursday and Friday at the end of July or the first week of August. That's our Cup Match, right? Whole island shuts down.
Whole island.
East is St. George's, blue and blue. The west is Somerset, red and blue. So those are the historical colors.
And you gotta have a team. So it's no like, no big deal. Everybody has a team.
Your whole situation is suspect if you don't have a team.
Yeah, you're not even real. You're not
even a real person.
No, you're not even like.
If you don't have a team, if you don't pick a team, you're just
Somerset
from Mars somewhere.
Yeah.
Cup Match, the best time you want to have in your life. Very festive. Cricket, people.
Party from Wednesday to Sunday.
Bruh.
So the game is going on, but people got camps, people on the beach, people got coolers, people got grills, people like it's a whole vibe. Smoking, drinking, swimming, chilling, reggaeton, soca vibe. They got the Bacchanal run. They got the soca versus reggae on the beach. On this Sunday. The raft up on, you know what I mean? Like so
no Mariners race. Yeah,
so you got all these boats going to a cove. They get like their boats, their yachts. They go into a cove, and everybody getting their little floaties, and the yachts are playing their music, and you're just floating and grabbing drinks and grabbing food from people different boats.
It's a movie, as they say.
Like, it's just a vibe. Crazy. It's just a good. Then they got the beach fest. It's turned into beer fest. Which is kind of a little bit of whatever. But the point being is, it's a vibe for a whole 5 days.
Cup Match. So you had Cup Match this time around?
Yeah, we went Cup Match the past 2 years.
Similar feeling, similar experience.
But this time we chilled a lot.
Okay.
Last year we kind of did all the festivities. This time we chilled a lot. We did take a private boat. We did go to a Cup Match. First ball, first shot.
8 o'clock.
We missed it. We got there late. You know what I mean? My wife was upset because she didn't get her traditional Bermudian breakfast.
Okay.
Codfish and potatoes with avocado and banana. Right? They don't know about that tomato sauce, onion sauce.
If you're from Jamaica, it's similar to like an ackee and saltfish. Because they usually say salted fish. But codfish and potato is a traditional Bermuda breakfast. And you can get like a tomato sauce with it or onion butter sauce. Onion butter sauce. It's amazing. Now you're making me want to go back just for some food.
But the point I'm making is that Bermuda is special. Yeah. It's special to us. It's special to you. It's special to our family. Bermuda's always gonna be in my heart, man. Bermuda, we love you.
Love you.
Man, appreciate you.
That's
man.
a good Bermuda episode, man.
Yeah, man. Bermuda is another world.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
That's us, Boy Man King, man. The Bermuda episode. Thank you for joining us. Tap in, tune in, subscribe, like us. We appreciate your support. We'll see you next time.